Wow, look who it is. That's right, it's me. And I am back at it with a brand new video for your viewing pleasure. Now, for today's video, you can probably tell I'm in my bathroom. And that means that I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video for you because I have a lot I need to update you on with my life. And I'm getting ready to go out to dinner with my family to like a fancy kind of restaurant. And so I'm going to get all dolled up. And so I thought I would show you how I do that. And it would give me a chance to update you on what's been going on in my life. So you know why I haven't posted any new videos in such a long time to my channel. And then you'll say, oh, okay, I understand why you had to take time off from creating videos for us. We completely understand a lot went on in your life. So if you're excited to find out why I haven't posted in such a long time on my channel, and to find out how I get ready to go out to a fancy restaurant, then stay tuned for the rest of this video. And without further ado, let's just get right on into the video. So firstly, I'm going to do my hair, because that's going to take the longest time because I'm going to curl my hair. And so let me just go and put my hair up and get it out of the way so I can start curling my hair. So give me a minute to do that. I just need to put it up. Alrighty, and I just put it half up and then put it in a bun. That way it gets out of my hair and it sections it off. And if I'm not looking directly at the camera for this part of this video, that's because I have you put on my mirror. And so I'm looking at my mirror to make sure my hair looks good. So let me do that. It's not going to look fabulous, but it's going to look good enough so I can do my hair. Alrighty. Now I got to put it in a bun. And I'll show you how I use my curler, because one that I know a lot of people don't use and some people have tried to use but don't understand how to use. So yes, let me do that. Alrighty. Alrighty, my hair is up. Looks fabulous, I know, but it's good enough for me to start curling my hair. Alrighty, let me brush my hair. Ow, Jesus. That was stupid of me. Alrighty. And now let me curl my hair. So the curler I use is the Curl Secret by Conair. And this is what it looks like. It's just this purple rounded curler. And it has the two nozzles here. The one on the bottom is for the heat. It has high, low, and off. And then the top here is for how long you want your hair to be curled for, meaning 8, 12, or 10. And basically, those are how curled your hair is going to be. I like it at the 12 a lot of the times because when the curls fall out, then they look I think they look nicer that way. And then if I do like the 8 or the 10 is just like medium. It's not like super curly. And then the 8 is more wavy. I like to do the 10 because it looks really curly. And my hair doesn't keep the curls that well. And so when I do the 12, then it keeps it a lot longer. And when it falls out the curls, then they don't look as bad as if it was like the 8. Whereas it wouldn't look super curly. It would look more wavy and just wouldn't look as good. So let me show you how this works. What you want to do is this side here, it says, you put towards your head. So you just grab a piece here, like so. You don't want to be too big. And then you put it through here, which is the opening. And then I put it all the way up here. And then I close it, and it sucks my hair up. And now you wait for 3 beeps consecutively at one time. And then you release your curl. Voila! Now I do it multiple times because one time doesn't get it super curly. And when you hear it like that, when it does it all at once, right when you've curled it, tried to curl it, that means you didn't do it right. You gotta redo it. Once again, I didn't do it right. Let me do it one more time. Oh, that's why it's too matted. Okay, now it should be good to go. Alright, there you go. And again, I do it more than once because then it gets extra curly. And I'm just going to release it. And voila. I like that. And I can always go back once I have this whole side done and recurl pieces. But yes, that's how I do it. So now let me tell you what's been going on in my life as I curl my hair and get ready for my dinner. So first off, I haven't filmed since my last video, which was my Christmas video of what I got for Christmas. And I didn't film before that. And the reason for that is because around the time before Christmas and just around that time, I was working at this job. It is a social media marketing company, so I create ads for Facebook and Instagram. And for that company, what was happening is they were losing clients and people were quitting, meaning my supervisor quit and other people quit too. And so what happened was, since my company was losing clients, that meant that I wasn't getting as much work to do, which in turn meant I wasn't getting paid a whole lot. And I'm not going to tell you how much I was getting paid, because then you'd be like, wait, you stayed for as long as you did and you're getting paid that much? I would never. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But yes, I tried to stay at it as long as I could until I had another job. And actually, it's a whole story how I got that job. But I'm not going to go into it because it's a whole story and I don't have time to go into it. But yes, so I stayed at that company for longer than I should have. And so what ended up happening was, as I was working at that job and getting paid hardly anything, what happened is I was applying to other jobs to work at because the one I was at wasn't paying me that much. And so I'm like, okay, I can't stay here and work here for the rest of my life because they're not paying me a whole lot. Because I was pretty much working only 2 days a week for like an hour, 2 days a week. So I was getting paid hardly anything because the work I was doing only took me, once again, an hour to do. And so then what was happening is, while I was working at that job, I was applying to other jobs on Indeed, Glassdoor, and what was the other one? Monster, all those places. Let me just look real quick. Let me do this piece again. Monster, and yeah, I think that's it. And so then what was happening is I would apply to these jobs, and it was taking me quite some time to apply to these jobs until I got one. And it was taking me months. And every time I would apply to these jobs, I was either getting an interview and then they didn't want me, or I wasn't getting an interview at all and wasn't hearing from them. And so I was continuing to work at my job where I was hardly getting paid anything and hardly doing any work. Until eventually, I think it was, right before New Year, I ended up getting a job interview. And it was for another social media advertising company. That was good enough. Advertising company. And I did the interview. And again, it was a small company like the one I was working at, which isn't ideal because what I've learned so far, and I don't think this is for every small company, but for the ones I've worked at recently, it's been this case, is that they just don't go well, the jobs. Meaning I either don't get paid a lot, I don't get a lot of work to do, or I'm just not treated very well. And so I got this job interview for this, let me make sure that looks good. Yeah, that's fine. For this social media marketing company. And I did the interview, they really liked me. And then I heard back from them, they're like, oh, if you're still interested, we want to offer you the job. And at that point, I was working again at that job, but I was hardly getting paid at. Wasn't working that many hours or that many days of the week. So I was like, yes, I'd love to work for your company. And so I told them I'd work for them, and it was going to be a contract job, meaning I get work whenever they have it for me, and I don't get paid out. I get paid hourly. I don't get paid yearly. And so I was like, yes, I'll work for you, because this one really wanted to end the job I was at because I wasn't getting paid that much and I wasn't working that much. And so right around when I was about to tell my boss, well, first off, I was thinking, okay, this new job I've decided to work at is just going to be part-time so I can still work at my current job. But then once I got my new job offer and I accepted it, my current boss was saying, oh, I have gotten rid of my partner And so I'm going to be working harder to get us new clients. And I'm going to try to have you all work full time and pay you more. And he was saying he really appreciated me working for him because he knew I wasn't getting paid a whole lot and doing a whole lot. So he really appreciated me still working for him. And when he was telling me that he wanted me to work full time again, he was asking me, oh, do you work somewhere else? Because obviously he should realize he wasn't paying me a whole lot and I wasn't working that much for him, that I would be looking for another job and wanting to get paid more. And so I told him, yes, I'm working for another job. I'm working for another social media advertising company. He's like, okay, that's fine. Just let me know your hours and stuff so we can coordinate your work here. And so after that meeting, which was a company meeting, which is really just me and one other guy that still worked at the company. Oh, God. That still worked at the company. Let me make sure this looks okay. And do this piece. But that still worked at the company. Everybody else had quit, which it wasn't that many people to begin with. When I started working there, it was just 4 people total. No, 3 people total. And so then what happened was, after that meeting with my boss, he was like, okay, that's fine, you can work there and work for me, just let me know the hours and stuff. And then after that meeting, he messaged me, and we use a platform called Slack to communicate because it's a remote job. And so he messaged me and he was like, oh, what does this other company work for? Please give me their name and their contact information. I need it for employment reasons. And when he said that, immediately I was like, first off, no, I don't want to give you the information of my new company because that's just not something I want to do, because that's like private and personal. And I feel like that's not right, because then he might go and look up the company and see what they're doing and then be like, oh no, I don't want to working for a competitor. And so I told him, I'm sorry, but it seems like this is going to be an issue, me working for this other company, because you want their contact information and you want me to give you the name of them. So I'm sorry, but I can't work for you anymore. And actually, before he asked for all that information, he asked me if I was working for my old boss, which was his partner. And my old boss, he has his own marketing company, social media marketing company. And so he was asking me, oh, do you work for your old boss again? And I told him, no, I don't, because I didn't. And I wasn't offered a job by him. And so then he asked me about my new job and was like, okay, then who are you working for? Give me their contact information and all that. And so that's when I told him, no, I don't want to give you all that. And it seems like this is going to be an issue. Because for one, that's like something that he might go look up and see, oh, this is a competitor of mine and she's working there. I don't want her working for me. Or he might make me quit that job. And so I told him, no, I'm not going to give you that information. It seems like it's going to be an issue, me working for you and that new company that I got hired for. So I'm sorry, but I can't work for you anymore. He's like, okay, that's fine. And that's when I left that job. And so at that time, I had gotten that new job. And it seemed like, okay, my life was getting together. But sadly, what ended up happening was, I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't know a whole lot. But basically what happened is I got hired for this new job, and when I was doing the interview, they were telling me the reason why they are looking to hire people is because the company was getting more clients, so they need more people to do the work. And that's why I was like, okay, I'll work for you. And mainly because I wanted to get done with my job I was at. Because as I keep saying, it wasn't paying me a whole lot, and I wasn't working there that many days of the week, or that long those days I was working. And so that's why I accepted the new job. But then what ended up happening was this new job I got hired for, they gave me work to do for 1 week, and it was just basic social media stuff, like create these social media posts for this client. And I did that, but they didn't like the work I was doing. I don't think it was bad, but they just didn't like it, and they actually had me do a meeting with one of the partners that works at the company. So it was like my boss's partner I had a meeting with, and he was like, here's how we want you to do the work. Yours wasn't that good, basically, is what he was saying. Well, it needs to be improved, basically. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it your way. And so I did the work again, and I did it the way they wanted it done. But then once I did that, they still didn't like the work I was doing and didn't use it. and said, no, we don't like what you're doing. And so after that week, I never heard from my boss again, never got any more work, and I was just completely confused. And so she had actually given me a company email address, and I signed a contract and everything to work there, but I just never heard from her after that week where I was given my first work for the company. And so I was completely confused. And actually at that time, I did another meeting with the guy who was her partner, and he was telling me, oh, one of the reasons why we hired you is because you have experience creating Facebook and Instagram ads, and we really need help with that because currently I'm the only one that does that for the clients for this company. So would you be willing to help me with that? And I said yes, because obviously why would I say no? It's something more work for me and another way for me to get paid. So I was like, yes, I'll do that. And so then I never heard from them after the first week of me getting work and having a meeting with her partner, my boss's partner, and I was just completely confused. I was like, what is going on? So I emailed her from my company email, and I never heard from her, and I was so confused. And then she would sometimes send me messages to my personal email, and so I was completely confused on which email I was supposed to send her messages from. So for both emails, my company one and my personal one, I was sending emails asking her what's going on. Can you please update me on what's going on with the company? Because it was like silence, like she disappeared. And so eventually, and it took a few weeks, actually I think it took a month, sadly, I heard back from her and she's like, oh yeah, sorry about that, but the reason why we haven't given you any work is because we've had some clients that have quit working with us. Basically, so they lost clients. Even though they had told me in the interview that they were gaining new clients, and that's why they needed more people working for them. And so she's like, oh, we lost some clients. That's why I haven't gotten back to you in any emails. And that's why I haven't given you any new work. So I'm like, okay, that's understandable, because that was what was happening with my old job. And then she's like, oh, would you be willing to work on the Instagram and Facebook ads instead? And I was like, yes, that's fine. I'll do that. And honestly, I would do anything just to have work to do and get paid. So then I told her I would do that. But then after I sent that email, I didn't hear from her at all. And this was for weeks. And so then eventually I was getting emails from my business email account saying, like, it was from this weird email address, and it wasn't from my boss's email address. And I was like completely confused on who it was, because it was saying, like, the person emailing me was saying they were my boss, but I don't think they actually were, because it was coming from some weird email address, and they were asking me to do things that I didn't feel comfortable doing for them. The first time actually that I got an email from someone who I think was my boss, I'm not sure because it was from a weird email address. They said, oh, we have something I need you to do urgently. Can you respond to me? I'm in a meeting right now, so I can't talk to you. And when I saw that, it wasn't until the next day, because at that point I wasn't actively checking my emails because I wasn't getting any from her for pretty much a month. So I wasn't actively checking my emails, and I didn't think I'd gotten anything. So as soon as I got that email, I thought, oh, it's my boss, because I had her full name and everything, middle, last, and first name. So I honestly thought that was my boss. Oh, that was good. And so I was like, sorry, I didn't see your email, but if you still need me to do the work, then I'll do it. Didn't hear from her again for a month. And then I get another email from her. I think it was her. Again, not sure. And she's asking me to do something ridiculous that was making me very uncomfortable. And I eventually had to tell her, no, I'm sorry, I won't do that for you. And if you want a whole story time on that whole situation, I can do that. But it's like a whole situation, basically. And it'll take me a while to explain it all to you. But yeah. And so then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that for you. It's making me very uncomfortable. I didn't say that. But it's just like, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. And so then I never heard from her again for months, and I still haven't heard from her. So now at this point, I don't know if I still work for the company or not, because I haven't heard from her in months. But I've kept emailing her, asking her, am I still working at the company? Why haven't I gotten any work? What's going on? And again, I haven't heard from her in months. So at this point, I'm like, no, I don't work at the company anymore, because I haven't heard from her, and it's been months. And also, one thing that I noticed is once I got hired, she never did find out how to pay me. Like, I remember in the interview, she asked me, oh, how are you getting paid by your businesses that you've worked for, the companies you worked for in the past? And I told her one of the businesses would just give me a check because it was a local business. And then the other one would use PayPal. And that's the only time she ever talked to me about payment. And then once I got hired, she never brought it up, and we never figured out how she would pay me. So that, I feel like, is a little sketchy. And it's like, oh, is this a real job? And then the strange emails I was getting, again, made me think, is this a real job? And so I haven't heard from her in quite some time. And so at that point, I was like, okay, forget it. I'm not working for the company anymore, even though I still have a company email address. And so once I figured that out, I started again applying to work at new companies, new social media companies, and other places where I can be a social media manager or create Facebook ads for companies. And eventually what I started doing is I started applying to internships. And I was hoping to get a paid internship, but those I never saw. I did see free ones a lot, but I didn't see any paid internships. And so I just started applying to the free ones because a lot of the jobs I was seeing on Indeed and Glassdoor and Monster, they all wanted a lot of work experience, like 3 to 5 years. But how can I get that if nobody's going to hire me? So I figured, oh, okay, I'll apply to these internships so that I can get more work experience and hopefully get more interviews and get a job. So I applied to a bunch of internships, not paid, and I ended up hearing back from one of them. I think it was last November. No, October. It was last October. And it was this bridal company. And I ended up doing an interview with them because I really like bridal stuff. Excuse me. And so I was like, oh, I'll work here. Seems like it'd be a fun job. And so I did an interview with them. And then I was hired to do the internship, unpaid. And so I've been doing that till now, actually. And I've liked it. I mean, it's not my favorite. And if I do get offered a job, I'm definitely going to quit the internship. But yes, I've been working there. But then also, while I was applying to internships and I got the one for the bridal company, I got an interview for another company that is a travel app. Well, my boss was working to get a travel app to be like finalized and like be a real thing. And so I applied there, and then I heard back from them, and they're like, oh, we really like you. You have a lot of experience. Would you like to work here? And I said yes, because it is a unique experience. I've never worked for an app before, and it'd be something different for me to have on my resume for a type of job. So I was like, yes, I'll work here. But actually, not long after I started working there, I realized it wasn't really an internship. It was more of a job that they just didn't want to pay me for. And the way they were treating me, I didn't like. And they would give me more work than I should have been given as an intern. So quickly I realized, no, I don't want to work here anymore. So actually, last Friday, like a few weeks ago, I actually had my last day for the job. Because one thing is, when I signed my contract, it said I had to give 2 weeks notice before quitting, which all the internships I've done before that, I never had to give 2 weeks notice, which to me makes me think it was a job. And so then I had to give my 2 week notice and I had to work there for 2 more weeks before I could actually leave. And at that point, they were having me train someone to do my role. And it was just a whole thing. And so that's why I ended up quitting that internship before it was over with, because of the way they were treating me. And it wasn't actually an internship. It turned out to be a job that they just didn't want to pay me for. And actually, at one point, I had a meeting with, not just me, it was other interns from my department, which was the marketing and the social media department. And basically my boss was saying, oh yeah, we want to start paying everyone, but we can only pay people in college because we don't have enough money to pay everyone. Which to me, that makes me think that one, they don't care about me, and two, I actually have work experience and I actually can spend more time working for them and doing things for them, but they want to pay people in college who have no work experience in this field and can't devote as much time as me. That makes no sense. So that's another reason why I decided to quit that internship. But yeah, so I quit that internship, and I'm still working for the bridal internship right now, currently. And that one, I think, ends in May, I believe. So I'm going to try to stay there for the whole time that I have it until it's over. And if I do get offered a job while I'm doing that internship, then I'm obviously going to quit the internship because they're not paying me. And so that is one thing going on recently in my life. It's all about job stuff, trying to get an actual job and dealing with crappy jobs. And then also in between all of that, I've tried, not very much, but I've tried to get into the dating world. And that has been terrible so far. I got a few apps on my phone, and I tried using them, and I spoke with a few guys. They all turned out to be jerks. And then what else? I went on 2 dates, and they turned out to be horrible, and those people turned out to be, once again, jerks. So those did not go well, and they didn't last. And so I'm kind of trying to take a break from dating, because so far it's just made me feel terrible, because all these guys I've tried talking to and having a relationship with ended up being a jerk. So I've tried to step away from that. I mean, right now, I'm not really looking very hard for a job. Not a job, a relationship. But I am like looking, and I am on the apps. But I'm not like going on there every day. I'm not matching with a lot of people. We'll try to match with a lot of people. So yeah, that's what's been going on so far with me. And it's been a lot, but I am managing it. I'm still looking for a job. And I'm applying to jobs still, because I'm still looking for a job. How does my hair look? Oh, this looks fabulous, everyone. Oh man. Gotta do this part. Alright, let me get this. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I've been applying to jobs, and I'm still trying to get a job. And I've been trying to get in a relationship, and it hasn't been going well whatsoever. It's just been mainly jerks that I've been meeting. So yeah, that's been how things have been going for me. So now, since I have more free time, since I quit that internship I was doing, which was taking up a lot of my time, more time than it should have for an internship, I can devote more time to my channel for you guys. And I can, what else can I do? I can make more content for you basically, and come up with more ideas, and just spend more time on this channel. And if you ever want to know what's going on in my life, then follow me on my Instagram, which is at Fairy Goddess. I do updates on there quite some, well, not really that often, but I do updates on there on my story. So if you ever want to know what's going on in my life, then check out my Instagram. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it with my life. I mean, it's just been the same old, same old. I worked at crappy jobs, and I'm still trying to get a good, decent job. And I tried the whole dating scene, but it didn't go well. And I'm still working on that. And yeah. And one thing I will say with the whole dating thing is don't get discouraged too much. If you're trying to use the dating apps, don't get discouraged too much, because there are more jerks on the dating apps than good guys, I've noticed. So don't be discouraged if you keep matching with these jerks. And honestly, you're not going to know they're a jerk until you meet them in person. And you actually continue talking for them for more than a day. Because one of the things that I noticed is a lot of the guys I would start talking to, but then after a day or 3 days, they would just stop messaging me. That's either because they lost interest or they weren't on the app regularly to see they had messages. And so yeah, that's what I will say about that. And don't get discouraged. Realize that guys are going to ghost you. And realize that there's more jerks than there are good guys on dating apps. So now let me finish my hair. I'm almost finished with it. And then I'll catch back up with you. Oh wow. Yeah, it's as good as it's going to get. Alrighty everyone. So here is what my hair looks like, all curl now with the Conair Curl Secret. And what I like to do after I've curled my hair is just take these few pieces right here and pin them back so they're not hanging in my face. So let me do that. And I got all these bobby pins to do it with. Let me get closer so you can see what I'm doing. I just take a piece like this. I can get it. Like so, perfect. And then I just pin it back. Voila! And then I'm going to take this piece and pin it back. And that way the hair is out of my face. Alrighty, so again, here's what my hair looks like. And I used this here. Just let me turn it off. Alright, this here, which is the Conair Curl Secret. And it is at the low heat setting and at the 12 for the curls, meaning it's super curly. And I like it to be super curly because when the curls fall out, it still looks curly and not wavy. So now let me just go put this away so that it can cool off because it's very hot right now. And I'll catch back with you for my makeup. Alright, so I just put my hair curler away and now I'm going to do my makeup, which is very simple. I just do eyeshadow, mascara, and lipstick. I don't like to wear concealer or, what is the other one? Foundation, because it's too much makeup on my skin and it feels heavy, my skin. And I don't like to wear blush because I don't really know how to apply it. And I do have bronzer and highlighter, but again, I don't like to wear it because I don't know how to apply it. And I don't like to wear that much makeup. I like it to be a natural look. So first I'm going to put on my eyeshadow. And my eyeshadow is the same one I've been using. And actually, this is what my makeup bag looks like. This is from Zoella. This is her beauty collection she did a long time ago. And this just has all of my everyday makeup in it. And I just think it is super cute and is the perfect size for my everyday makeup. And for my eyeshadow, I use this here, which is the Color 24 Tattoo. And it is in the color, by Maybelline, 80 Creamy Beige. And when I do my makeup, I don't use a beauty blender. And I do not use any makeup brushes because I don't really need to. So all I do is I take it like so. And I just put my hand in it, well, finger. And I get it all on my finger. And then I apply it to my eye, all over. And that's all I do for eyeshadow. And also this eyeshadow is a good base for if you're going to add other eyeshadows to your eye. But yeah, that's all I do. Alrighty, here's what the eyeshadow looks like. You can barely see it's on there, which is what I love because it's a natural look. So I got this on my eye. And then next I'm going to add my mascara. And the mascara that I use, which isn't my favorite because it does clump my lashes together, but I use it because I have it and I want to use it till it's gone. I don't waste it, and that is the Lash Sensation by Maybelline. And it does look good on my eyes and it does lengthen them, but it just clumps my eyes together and gets too much of the mascara on my eyelashes. But let me show you what the wand looks like. This is what the wand looks like, as you can see here. This is the wand. And I'm just gonna put this on my eyelashes. Oh. Let me get closer so I can see what I'm doing. And yes, I did get it on my nose. Give me 1 second to check this. Alright, so here's what my eyelashes look with mascara and without, if you can tell a difference. And I love mascara. It's one of my favorite products to wear because I feel like it opens up my eyes. It makes me more wide awake. Probably not true, but That's why it's one of my favorite products. My favorites are actually mascara and lipstick. That's my favorite makeup products. So if I just wore those two, I feel like I'd be good to go. So again, here's what the mascara looks like on me. And then I just blink a few times, get any excess. And then I check. As you can see, I have a little underneath my eyes, and I just get rid of it with my finger. Alrighty. So now all I have to do is add my lipstick. And for lipstick, I'm just going to wear my brown lipstick here. And this is from, who's this by? Revlon. Both of the other products are Maybelline. This is Revlon. And it is in cream lipstick in the number 672. And it is called Brazilian Tan. And it's just a brown color. Here's what the color looks like, so you can see. And here's what it looks like outside of the tube. Just that color, and I'm going to apply it to my lips. And I rub my lips together. Get some on the bottom. And look in the mirror. Add a little more to the bottom. Perfect. Now let me put everything away and show you the final outlook. So alrighty, this is what my hair and makeup looks like for dinner tonight. As you can see, my hair is super curly, and I got my mascara, eyeshadow, and lipstick on. Let me get close so you can see that. So yeah, that is the final look of my hair and my makeup for going out to dinner. And I hope you guys liked this video and liked seeing how I get ready to go out to a fancy dinner, how I do my hair and my makeup. Very simple, very easy, and minimal makeup. And you liked learning what I've been up to since my last video and before that video, and just learning why I haven't uploaded any videos to this channel. So I hope you guys are excited for more videos to come to this channel, because now that I have more time, free time, I can devote it to this channel and creating more videos for you, which I'm so excited for. So if you liked this video and liked hearing about what's been going on in my life, or you just liked seeing how I get ready for a fancy dinner, then please hit the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell notification to get notified whenever I upload videos to this channel. And also hit the thumbs up button if you really like this channel and want to see more videos like this one. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, your day, and are super excited for Valentine's Day and had a good Valentine's Day. And I will see you in my next video.